So good evening everybody and welcome back to FTRL. Season 29 lifts off tonight then as we kick off another great season of action here on FTRL GT7 and we're back and we're live streaming again for this season, and we're back on Thursday, which means we're back to 2 divisions. So welcome to GT2, welcome to season 29. It's all brand spangly new, lots to go through about how the season's going to look. And the first qualifying session of the season is underway. So, what does season 29 of FTRL GT look like then? Well, it is a return to a format we did once before, many moons ago. It is the Nations Cup. Now, the Nations Cup, for those who are familiar with Gran Turismo, is a series that runs alongside one of their world live events, where drivers represent their countries. And in this instance, while we have a plethora of British drivers, we in this instance are representing nations, or 5 of the best nations of automotive manufacturers. In this case it is France, America, Italy, Germany and Japan. 3 drivers on each team across both divisions, teaming up. So we've got teams in both divisions then. We go towards an overall standings for each nation, of course the individual drivers and team standings per division as well. And 10 weeks of racing coming up then, 5 established races, also 5 double points races. Each team has picked one circuit of their own nation, and that will be a double points round for them in this season. And so we'll go through the camera a little later on then, but without further ado, let's have a look at the cars and the riders who are taking us on this season in GT2. So first up, representing Team Germany in the Audi R8 Evo, we have our first competitor, which is Just Mikey, stall of the series now. Now his teammate will normally be Unsafe Felice. Unfortunately, Unsafe Felice is not available tonight, so here you have a standing behind him in Biggles. So he is in GT1, but he's filling in tonight and he will be scoring half points for his team. Behind them we've got FTRL Switchback making a welcome return as well. He's representing Italy and he is in the Lamborghini Huracan. Then we've got France represented by the Peugeot RCZ, and their trio of drivers all in the line nicely is Zomlar. We've got Jadon and we have Royston, of course Jadon the reigning FTRL GT champion, having won the season 28 career mode, so he is in banging form. Unfortunately unavailable on Fridays, so that's why he is back here on Thursdays. And 6th we've got Odon then in the 3rd of the German entries. Sorry, I've got to be nice. It's the first week. It'll go downhill from there. Don't worry, Andy. Behind them then we have got the Team Japan, the great nation of Japan, represented by the Nissan GTR, and they are being piloted by Dusty Fossil. We've got Joker making a welcome return as well, and Johnny Boy in the 3 Nissan GTRs there, the Rolling Rice Balls team. Representing America, fuck yeah, in the Dodge Viper, we've got Glyn, we've got Goose, have got Jonesy as well. Of course, Jonesy in the American muscle then. Just drop back a little bit there then. So Goose there in the the Vipers. And Derek there in the one of Team Italy in the Huracan. Jonesy in the Viper. And we've got Nobby Norris back as well. He's in the Huracan, and Johnny Boy has got himself a half-second penalty. In the third of the GCRs then, so 10-minute qualifying session. We have 2 races tonight, a 20-minute sprint, all on the medium tyres, followed by a 40-minute endurance race, where the hard and the medium tyres are available. Pit stops will be required as well. So this week is one of the standalone weeks. We have 5 weeks every other week. So every even week is a double points week for each team, or for one of the teams. So the team who pick that circuit, they get double points that week. So it's important that they pick a car and a track that work well together, because they're getting double points for that week. So that could become a big feature later in the season. Then let's have a look then at the calendar. So of course we are here at Spa for round 1. Tokyo Expressway South counterclockwise is round 2, and that is the Japan. That's the Japan double point race. Week 3 is Tri Mountain. Week 4 is Monza, which is the Italy double point race, and we've got Interlagos week 5, Alsace test course. Interesting pick by France for their double point week in week 6. And we've got Dragon Trail Seaside in week 7. Week 8 is Daytona Road Course, which is the double points week for the USA. Week 9 is Mount Panorama, aka Bathurst. And then week 10 is the Red Bull Ring, which is Germany's double points race. Because there's limited circuits to Germany, we get them Switzerland and Austria to pick from as well. First laps on the board then, and Dusty Fossil is the man leading the way then. So could he be a favourite? No, I know. I would say Team France need to be put in the Bastille, should we say, for what they've done. They've done that. Who do I think is favourite for tonight and for the season? Well, it's going to be difficult to look past Jadon and Unsafe Release, but I do think Dusty Fossil could be an outsider as well. Switchback as well is also usually quite quick, so it's going to be interesting to see how he gets on now he's back. Well, because he's in that Lamborghini, which is a lot better to drive now. That's a car I have a very checkered history with, but even I quite enjoyed it in testing, so they made that car drivable. That car will be a threat, of course. The mid-engine layout means that tyre wear will be better across the fronts, although the rears will be a little bit more heavily worn than some of the front-engine cars. So that give and take this season then. Some cars will be stronger in certain areas. This will on the straights, this will make it up in the corners. 226 in practice. That is slow. You need to get your finger out of your arse and take your foot off the brake. I'd say that's what you need to do. Was that wet by any chance? The switchback is just under a quarter of a second up on his second flyer. LA from SBY, which would suggest he's got a Team France. Really surrender. Biggles is just standing in this week, Ladden, so he's not here for this season. Who do I think is going to win tonight? Ooh, sprint race. I would put my money on Jadon. And for the future race, I might give it to Carl, because James probably does no strategy. Switchback there was a little wide out the final corner. Mikey improves to third. Switchback does though improve and goes fastest of all. Of course, that would probably do it, yeah. So then Dusty Fossil has just been upset at the top of the standings. Can he pull anything back then with his second flying lap? The answer is no, he's well down actually on that lap, so not improving that time as Jadon goes up to third. Three French cars there dragging each other around, so good teamwork there from Team France. I'm sure they're going to surrender any seconds now as Biggles puts himself up to third. Make up when you come up with the car if you wouldn't do GT2. Yeah, you're right, yeah. So I should do GT1 instead, Elena. You might actually get some competition. I'll make Fridays, yeah, plus you. What's your excuse? So just over 2 minutes of the session left to go. Switchback leading the way from Dusty Fossil. Biggles in third, Jadon is fourth, Derek is fifth, and Mikey in sixth. It's Odon, Zom, Jonesy and Royston rounding out the top 10. Then Joker, Goose, Johnny Boy, Nobby and Glyn. Struggling a little bit, and with a half-second penalty as well. We'll take a look at some of the liveries, shall we? So let's have a look first and foremost. Get back to the top, switchback in the excuse an alcoholic. Fair. So a beautiful green livery there. They've all got slightly different indents on the colours on top, but yeah, stunning job there from the Italy camp. Just a Fossil, of course, one of the best designers in all of FTRL. You know he's going to bring something lovely to the party. Beautiful design there on the GTRs. Great job on the Germany cars as well. Beautifully done there. Black, red and yellow. With a second penalty then, so he's been exploring some track limits. Jadon in the French cars. Nice and clean. The French blue, there he is. 1.5 tenths up there, so that will put him back ahead of Biggles if he can keep that through the final sector. Getting caught up behind Sir Goose. Jonesy leading the American charge there in the Team Freedom car. Second penalty as well. Also only his second up then. Comes to the line, does he improve? No, he does not. There's Jadon, move up the order, he goes third. Finds a more time in the final sector there, so a 20.3 puts him into third place, then behind Dusty Fossil, who snatches back pole position. So Dusty Fossil retakes provisional pole as everybody's now starting their final run then. Final 10 seconds, count down, there's some drivers coming across the line. Trying to get onto their final laps there. Zom's parking up there, so Zom and Goose are not doing any more runs. So this is it then. Goose then will end up P13 at best. Odon there improves up to P6. Just jumps ahead of Derek. Behind Mike, and then so Dusty Fossil switch back, separated by less than a tenth of a second. Jadon in third. He's first on the road. He'll switch back then, so we'll keep an eye on switch back. How's Mikey doing first actually? On board. The Audis and other cars have become infinitely more drivable since various updates. Down then to the chicane. Pit path. Sprint up to Stavolo. Shift there then, using the curb then into Paul Frere corner, and Mikey's half a second up then, so he has found more than half a second up, so Mikey's found a lot of time on this final run. Can he then hold it together? And sweeping straight into Blanchimont. A little bit of a lift there, not feeling confident. On the medium side. And now it is pick your braking marker and brake as late as you dare. Tip it in to the bus stop chicane. Bounces off the curb there and sells the car. It's going to cost him some tenths. He sprints to the line and goes third. Good effort there from Mikey. Jadon just behind him in fourth. He's just been bumped down. Is he going to improve on his final run? The answer is he does not know. Switchback also didn't improve with his final run. Dusty Foster looks to be safe. Doesn't improve on his final run either. Biggles coming to the line. Sorry, Derek coming to the line. No, doesn't improve either. Norris up to 8th place then, so that's from him a 20.9, but I think he's backed out of this one then, so he's not going to improve. Then that is it then. So first pole position of the season goes to Dusty Fossil by 85 thousandths of a second, and Mikey then just a tenth back as well. So top three they're covered by 1/10 of a second over a 2-minute 20 lap at Spa. Stunning qualifying effort from the boys. Jadon then lines up P4 with Biggles in P5 and Odon in P6, and so all of the Germany cars in the top 6. We've got Derek and Nobby, so all the Italy cars in the top 8. So looking well for those boys. Then Joker lines up P9, Zom in P10, Jonesy the lead American car in P11, not a track that's suiting the Viper as it stands. Royston in P12, Goose in P13, Glint in P14, and Johnny Boy in P15. So 4 different manufacturers in the top 4, 4 different nations in the top 4 rather. So each team then having representatives up and there, but the Germans and the Italians all locked into the top 8 then. Stunning job from them in qualifying. So then here comes the race. 45 seconds, says Mike. So we've got some time then. So into the chat we go. Predictions, please. Who do we think is going to win the sprint race then? It's going to be a 20-minute race. So that'll be about 8-9 laps. Who do we think is going to take the first victory of a brand new season? Forza Italia says Fever Zach to win. Well, we're going off P2 now. It will be a rolling start, which is going to benefit a few of the drivers at the front. However, some drivers a little bit further back are going to find themselves in the middle of the bus stop as the race begins. Start commences then. So I don't think anybody's particularly out of position. Season 29 is away and running. Enid Cesaris and Arnoux says blue flag. It's down to La Source we go for the first time. And moves further back. As you were then, and up to the front we go, and Dusty Fossil has got the green Lamborghini right in his wheel tracks as he head up through Eau Rouge and into Marion for the first time. Got the call names there for a second, then into the slipstream goes that Lamborghini. It is quick in a straight line now, the GTR punching a big hole, but here comes switchback along the Kemmel straight to the inside we go. Who's going to break latest for Lecombe? It's going to be switchback then who takes the lead. They switch through the right and the left-hander. Hanging on in third, bringing Jade on with him. Then we've got Biggles right at the back of them, a bit of a gap already. Opening up there to the front 5, just breaking away. Odon in 6th, then has got himself a bit of a gap before the rest of the pack, led by Derek and Nobby. The Joker hot on their heels, and Zom and Jonesy in the lead of the Vipers. Royston 12th, Goose, Glyn and Johnny Boys as you were. Further back to just the one position change then, and it is for the one right at the front. Switchback has taken the lead. Already pulled 9/10 of a second gap as Mikey now starting to close in on Dusty Fossil. A little bit deep though to Piff Paff. Just giving Dusty Fossil a little bit of breathing room then. So the front 5 have made a nice gap already. Switchback lead 9/10 of a second as they come through Paul Frere corner and onto the back straight we go. Getting on the AstroTurf there. Straight through then, lining section into Blanchimont we go, over that curve, careful of running wide. Over the back, Jadon and Biggles are close together. Biggles spots to the outside then. He'll go the long way around. He's going to go lay on the brakes, try and get him in the second part of the cane, hip and shoulder from the French driver. And Biggles has to sit in behind then. Odon close in ever so slightly then, 1.7 seconds the gap between Biggles and Odon. 2.5 ahead of Derek. He's got Joker and Nobby side by side as they cross the line. So Joker making a place up for Japan, but Nobby still on the inside as they get to La Source. Joker pinches him tight and takes the place away, and Zom gets through as well. Got some Vipers in there as well, battling away. And second pack then going on. Oh, what's going on? Switchback lead now 1.3. There's Jadon and Biggles going at it again. Giving his teammate a slipstream. He is just about, and Biggles is going to get around the outside for the brakes, and through he goes up to 4th. So Biggles up to 4th. Looking very good there for Team Germany at the minute as Nobby Norris and Zom going at it. Oh, into the brakies over for Lecombe. Here come the Vipers. Got Bulls, Vipers and Lions. Down the inside, then goes, oh, that was Jonesy on the inside of Nobby Norris, opening the door. Getting that big Viper nose in. Oh, Nobby has a massive moment there, and through goes Royston as well. Nobby's having, oh, who's that? Oh, it's Biggles. Is it Biggles? It is Biggles. Has had a drama. coming out of no name. So having got up to P4, he's then dropped it on the exit of the Jackie X corner. And is down to P8 then, so the battle for the lead is down to 3 with James a little bit distanced. So drama then for Biggles, he was filling in for unsafe release, so unsafe looking at his points will just drop there immediately. This pack then we've now got then, so Odon and Derek are in a bit of clear air, then you've got Joker up in 7th, and then this massive pack then with Biggles fighting back. James is out wide there, chasing Zom. Doing a good job to wrestle that Viper. Go around. Not good over 1 lap, but a good in-race trim. Austin closing as well. The Nobby shuffle back all the way to P11. The Viper's in the background swapping places. Zom's got a bit deep there into the bus stop. It's a stop and turn though. That Viper getting ever closer. Norris then Goose and Glynn together. Trying to avoid a little bit off the back. And then but Switchback continues to lead. Lead now 1.8 seconds. Over Dusty Fossil. Mikey in 3rd. 0.6 of a second back then, so we'll be getting slipstream up the Kemmel. We've got James 1.4 seconds back. Purple sector 1 then from Mikey getting a slipstream all the way up the hill. And he switched back to 2 minute 20.0 is the fastest lap. Now the curbs. Going well in 5th, Derek in 6th. They're a bit lonely at the minute, but further back we've got Biggles attacking Joker. They go in to Brussels and through goes the Audi. So he reclaims one of those places. Up 3 of 9. Then all Jonesy sideways coming out of the Jackie X corner, having cleared Zom. So Jonesy making progress then. Up 2 places now, leading the American charge. Tariffs have been applied to French goods. Zom's now got Royston tucked in behind him. I just noticed that Zom's running number 3 this season rather than 53. What's going on there? Zom, answer some questions please, thank you. While we're regrouping, Novi Norris back on the back of this pack now as well, in the 3rd of the Lamborghinis. 2 Vipers dropping away, struggling a little bit here. Not a circuit that suits the Viper particularly. He's just had to replace his wheel at last minute because his wheel died on him. I think he in number 1 stays at Germany, I don't know. Oh, what's happened to Switchback? Switchback's had a drama out the final chicane. As Dusty Foster says the fastest lap, and that 1.8 second gap is down to 0.6. So overstake from Switchback as they start lap 4. And that has put Dusty Fossil back in the touch with Switchback. However, he has got out of slipstream range again. I'll believe that when I see it. I'll believe that when I see it. Dusty Fossil then has been given a little bit of fresh impetus there. He's back in slipstream range as they get to the braking zone for Lecoum. Zach gonna Zach, absolutely. See the Lamborghini so good through the corners there, just pulling a couple of tenths back on the GTR. Jadon continues to just chip away at the gap, then his gap down by a couple of tenths to Mikey. Mikey driving very well in 3rd. Still 4 different nations in the top 4. Again, that Lamborghini reaching its tyres. Down to Pouon we go. To 1.2 then, just Fossil 1 second ahead of Mikey, who is 1.7 ahead of Jadon. So putting out Odon doing very well in P5. He's got Derek for company though. Derek is just closing in ever so slightly. Pulled in 1.4 seconds on that last lap then, so Derek has got a charge on. He's a little bit wide there though. So Odon's going to have some company then, because these two race cars are built on the same basic chassis. This Audi and the Lamborghini part of the same group. So the base of these cars is the same. It's purely the outer aesthetics which are different. But they both have the same engine as well, I believe. Both of them are very mean-looking vehicles. Biggles trying to chase down that pack ahead. He's bringing Joker with him. Son, meanwhile, has got ahead of Jonesy again. In fact, both of the Peugeots got ahead of Jonesy. Nobby Norris is very wide there out of Blanchimont. As he tries to catch him onto the back there. Has he got away without getting a penalty? He has. Crook. He's also just starting to close it a little bit. I love the fact that they've got signal on the front of these cars, by the way. I'm just saying that on Jonesy's car. So, added to the French team text chat. Or somebody from the French team has been added to the Americans text chat. Jonesy now all over the back of Royston as they come out of La Source. Nobby Norris is riding the curb there. Just unsettled the car slightly and drops him away a couple of car lengths. But Jonesy looking for a way through. Both Peugeots nose to tail through Eau Rouge. Out of red we go. Viper there struggling to get turned, but he's got some straight line grunt now. Peugeots though are bumping each other along, trying to stay ahead. Yet able to find a way past Odon. Jadon still just out of reach of the top three. We're all circulating about the same. So Dusty Fossil just 10th in it last time around. Keeping Zach on this, but yeah, Zach's return so far has been almost perfect. He continues to lead. It's piff paff we go. Then with the man in second place, who is purple in sector 2. Dusty Fossil is pushing. See how then at a straight line speed, you can see that gap just trickling down to under a second. 1.4 up on Mikey behind him. So gaining all the way down then into the braking zone for the bus stop. Zach had a drama a couple of laps ago. Ooh, and now Carlson there has a bit of a moment as he tries to get the power down off the curb, and that's given Zach 6 or 7 tenths and has put Mikey right back onto his tail. And Zach does a 19.4 on that lap. So Carl there, who lost about 6 or 7 tenths, probably would have been about the same sort of time, but that has cost him big time. Oh, it's happened behind. Mikey's gone on lap 6 of 9. Out of La Source, I saw it in the background. Mikey has spun out of the first corner and thrown away P3 that he's been driving so well for. He stays in P4 though, such is the gap that's opened up between the top 4 and the rest of the pack. So he's still in P4. Got Odon, Derek, and now Biggles has joined this group as well. So he's fighting back hard. 18.6 last time around. Joker just on their coattails as well. And Zom and Royston continuing to work together to try and stay ahead of Jonesy's Viper. And they'll be in 12th. Glynn in 13th. Goose in 14th. Johnny Boy's had a drama by the look of it as well, out of La Source. It has not been as costly as the one that just befallen Mikey. So regroup now. His focus back in again then as he comes out of Jackie Eakes' corner. So they only lost 1 place despite that moment. Biggles is now ahead of Derek then, so all the German cars together, 4th, 5th and 6th. And Joker is also closing in now as well. So Biggles and Joker have the pace over this pack ahead of them. What can they do then? So Biggles is up now to 6th. Can't make any further progress. I don't know if he's going to just sit in behind Odon and Mikey and protect them, because he is just filling in this week. through towards Bloodshaw, although Joe Could right on the back of Derek as well. You're going to see a move here, then Derek's covering the inside. Joker's going to send it around the outside. Is he going to have the inside for the second part, or is Derek going to cut that off? He has done, so it hangs on to P7 for now. Joker has a better exit, trying to get alongside. And McGee's got good traction out the corner though. GTR has to slop into the slipstream. Source we go again. Derek just ever slightly defensive there, holding a slightly tighter line. Oh, Joker getting the rear lit up then as he tries to get the power down out of the source. Gets to run down the hill. Flash of the lights. Trying to put off Derek as they flick into Eau Rouge. Up the hill we go. Over Radion. He's out the slipstream already. That GTR using its superior straight line speed. It's a drag race now, and one which Godzilla should win. He's going to try and hang on the inside then. Can he get back on the brakes? No, he can't. Drops in inside. And Derek then down to P8. So Joker up a position then. Pickles now onto the back of Odon. We'll play the team game then. Up front, 1.2 is the gap then. Dusty Fossil now into the 18s. Goes 18.9, switch back to the 19.5, so 6/10. Second pull back. Dusty Fossil keeping the pressure on. A little bit distant at the moment. Looking comfortable. Biggles looks like he has just assumed position as rear gunner for his two teammates now. The back Zom has, oh, we've lost Royston. Where's Royston gone? Royston's had a drama. Down to 13th, he's gone on this lap somewhere. So the French train that was protecting their 9th and 10th positions has been broken. So now clear of Jonesy, who's got the recovering Nobby Norris in P11 and right behind the Viper. To lap 8 we go, then the penultimate lap of the race. Probably then Mac just extended that gap again. 19.4 from him, 20 flat from Carl. So all that time that Carl gained on the last lap has gone back to the Lamborghini. The attack does have this under control, allowing a big mistake or a big drama. James is just sitting there to pick up the pieces. It doesn't look like he's going to feature for the win this time around. Looking comfortable. Biggles has got himself a half-second penalty. That will be served on the run out of Paul Frere. Despite passing him, Joker's not been able to shake off Derek, so Derek's keeping him honest. James is catching him back up to Zom ever so slightly. Dispatch Nobby a little bit, and Royston who's the 14th, and it was got himself a half-second penalty. And the Paul Frere corner we go for the penultimate time. It's actually now 2 seconds. I feel that is going to be enough. Loses weight. Through the forest, through Blanchimont. The drama's there. Anyways, once again, just find your braking marker. Turn in. It's about 3/10 down the straight to the GTR, but it makes it all back out of traction out that final corner. 19.7. Here's 20 flat again. Jay's doing a 19.9. So pull the 10th back on Carl, but that's not going to be enough to put him under any real pressure. Biggles has served his half-second penalty. Now he's got Joker on him again as we start the final lap of the race. So, is this German trio going to be broken up by the second of the Team Japan cars? On the source we go. Keeping them honest as well. Jonesy has caught caught Zomlar, sorry. Can he get close enough on this final lap then? Viper's got some good traction. And he is gaining. And he is gaining quickly. He's got to get it through Eau Rouge. Oh, dearie me, he has a big snap there, but still gaining. He's gaining massively then. Jonesy has got a massive run here. Massive run. Is he going to get there before the end of the Kemmel though? I don't think so. He's going to be right on the back of those. Zom's gone defensive. Jonesy goes purple in sector 1. That's how much of a great run he got out of the source that time around. You feel that might have been his one and only chance at it. He's got to try to stay close down through the middle part of the lap. Big Lynn, Royston coming together. Goose, Johnny, as you were up front. Biggles has just dropped Joker over slightly again. So this is the battle then for P9. Johnny's trying to stay close to him. You can still be on the back of him going out of Paul Frere corner. There might be a chance into either Blanchimont or the final chicane. Leaders are making their way onto that backstretch now. Josie staying close. Everything he needs, but up front then Zach lead, 2.4 seconds. Very comfortable. Through Blanchimont for the final time. No dramas there. Just one more braking zone to get right. Which he does. Into the bus stop, here we go. Don't like the rears up. And it is a successful return to FTRL for Switchback then. He wins the sprint race. Great personal best as well. Dusty Fossil gets P2. Jadon's going to get P3. Mikey, despite his drama, he just threw away a podium, but still ends up with a very, very nice P4. P5 for Odon, P6 for Biggles. Jokey gets P7. It's 8 for Derek. Zom and Jonesy are together, but Zom has fended off for the Viper. Jonesy's on the AstroTurf trying to get the power down there. Zom gets P9, then Jonesy P10 for Team America. Nobby Nomaris gets P11. Glynn has finished up with Royston. 12th and 13th. Goose coming around the final corner now. Sideways in typical Goose fashion. It's P14 for him. And Johnny Boy making his way around. Into the braking zone for the final time. Bit like that. This is the line then. That then is first race win of the season, and it goes to FTRL Switchback then. 2.9 seconds in the end, so a comfortable victory margin. Fastest lap of the race, but not enough for Dusty Fossil. Then he ends up P2. Jadon gets P3 for Team France, and Mikey leading the Germany charge in 4th. Then Odon 5th, Biggles in 6th, Joker in P7, and Derek rounding out your top 8. So all 3 of the Germany cars, 2 of the Italians, 2 of the Japanese, 1 of the French. 9th was Zom, 10th was Jonesy. It was a cat, yes. Nobby is P11, Glynn P12, Royston 13th, Goose 14th, and Johnny Boy in P15 then. So Germany then striking first blood in the constructors. But it is Italy then who lead the way overall in the individual, then with a victory for Switchback. So then what will happen now is the lobby will reset, and we then go on to our race in 24 laps. Pit stops will be coming. And it will be I believe, a reverse grid from race 1 result. Of course, now the hard and the medium tyre are available in this one then, so some strategies to play out for then. Do you go along on the hards? Or do you maximise your time on the medium tyres? Looking at a 2-stop race. Somebody's not in their car. Who is it? Time to get in. Goes on his way out. The Lamborghini Huracan. Imposing climb up the hill. The house no longer there, now at Branson. Camel straight deceptively uphill. Braking mark here. The road there you can see on the left hand side is actually the old track. The old track was something in the region of 18 kilometres long. Take you through the villages of Stavelot. It's a winding country road. Same as feedback on at Francorchamps. Of course, the modern Spa is only 7 miles long, I believe. On the banking on the right there, incredibly steep system. It gives you some very good views of the cars. You can test them now. So catching that inside curve there, the Lamborghini did not like that. Well, the Lamborghini car is quick, it does not like the curbs too much. Bits ago then, so we can see a mix of drivers there on hard and medium tyres. These will be the tyres they start the race on. So it looks like we've got Norris on the mediums, Odon's on the hards, Biggles is on the hard tyre, Goose on the mediums, Mikey's on the hards, Royston's on mediums, Glid is on mediums, Johnny Boy's on mediums, Dusty Fossil's on hards, Switchback is on hards, Zom is on hards. Which we've run out of time. So, first grid order, Johnny Boy starting on the medium tyre, as is Sir Goose in second, as is Royston in third, as is Glyn in fourth, and Nobby Norris in fifth. Jonesy in sixth, also on the medium tyres, and Zom in seventh is on the hards. It's mediums for Derek in eighth, and for Joker in ninth. It's the hard tyres for Biggles in 10th. Odon on the hards, as is just Mikey, as is Jadon, as is just a Bostel, and as is Switchback then. Race 2, the feature race is away. And this time, Johnny Boy leading the way. Down to La Source we go. Sam's Lamborghini on the attack this time. It is a Viper. And they are side by side already on the run down towards O'Rose. And Goose is going to go for the lead. I don't even know what they are. But then the Americans are leading the charge. Goose then to the front. No idea what that is either. Royston then coming up for P2 then. So it's American and France 1 and 2. Johnny Boy fights back on the brakes into Lecoum, but cannot hold off the Peugeot, who is up into the lead. Second. With Goose leading the way, but getting his wiggle on already. America is booking and screaming. Then on the attack then, Nobby. There's Jones with a half-second penalty already. On Derek, Joker, Biggles, Odon, Jadon ahead of Mikey already. No, there was no bread unfortunately. Brotes mein Vater is not racing. Nein, Rennen. Let's into Puan go our race 1 winner. Once again, all over the back of Dusty Fossil. That's a long way to go then, Goose then. He is into Stabilo. It's a call for it. Just been closing in. Back straight we go then. Marcus Grunt here should see him safe, but the Peugeot a little bit more nimble in the corners. Break then at 4th. Again, the first dive. Royce is going for a late dive up the inside. It's going to meet at the apex. Goose fights back. Oh boy, hip and shoulders from both drivers there. Both survive and Goose hangs on to the lead. It was an ambitious late move there from Royston. Sent it late down the inside into the bus stop there. The Peugeot significantly better on the brakes than the Viper. A bit of panel bashing. Both of them have lived to tell the tale. We've got a massive, truly train going on here. With Johnny Boy, Jonesy, Nobby, Glyn, Joker, Zom, Derek with a half-second penalty, and Biggles. A little bit gap balance to Odon. Jadon, Mikey, Dusty Fossil, and Switchback still at the back there. 12 seconds, covers the field. To start lap 2. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they can source that in America, can't they? Looking to the outside of Johnny Boy into the braking zone for Leku, but Johnny's defended the inside well. Flashing around in the mirrors, that green Lamborghini. Bright in the mirrors. Into Roussel we go. Leading the charge. Around Puon we go for the second time. Ralston trying to close back in again. They've got themselves a 3.6 second gap over Johnny Boy. So he's doing a great job of stacking the pack up behind him. But Johnny's resistance has finally been broken then. Jonesy through, Nobby through as well. Glyn coming up then, so America the cars then. Currently in 1st, 3rd and 6th. They're currently the biggest points haul. So I think they got the inside of Johnny Boy there. Joe who's going to push his teammate along. He is. Back against Glyn then. They're banging doors as they come into Blanchimont, but Johnny Boy has to cede. Is Joker going to get through here as well? Johnny might just lift off the brakes, or let on the brakes a little bit earlier. Let Joker go. Was big contact there. I think Zom's into the back of Joker. Oh, and who's that running wild? One of the Odon, I think, gone deep there into the chicane. It's all kicked off at the back then. So Odon ran deep. He's then back to Mikey. Mikey's then back to Dusty Fossil and Switchback trying to get up the inside. They come round the source. And Switchback gets through. Odon trying to let Mikey go and drop in behind. Some chaos there in the middle of the pack. Odon on the back of Zom. Derek ahead of him. Joker getting the run on Johnny Boy this time. Onto the Kevin straight we go. This time Joker should get through. He does. Zom's popped out on Derek. Into Leku we go. Ooh, Zom there into the door quite hard. Derek fights back. Zom's still there though, into the final part, but Derek's got the outside line and keep the speed up and saves the position. Now Jay on the attack of his teammate. Should let him through. And does. A bit of a bump there, and that's allowed Mikey to catch back up again. Dusty Fossil's got ahead of Switchback, who's got second penalty then, so Switchback's been off the track somewhere. And so far made no progress. And has now got a second penalty as well. Royston leads meanwhile though, so Royston has now taken the lead away You're watching all the chaos in the middle of the pack. The nimbleness of the Peugeot has seen him take the lead away from Goose, who is a little bit sideways. Jonesy in third, but has a half-second penalty. Nobby now fourth, and Glyn in fifth. Joker sixth. Biggles up to seventh. Nobby now in eighth with Derek, Jadon, Zom, Mikey, Odon, Dusty Bostle, and Switchback all behind him. On the attack of Derek, then trying to use the slipstream from the GTR. Jadon is through them, gets past Derek. And then a little bit wide out of Blanchimont. The Audis are side by side as well. Jadon's gone for a big lunge up the inside there into the chicane. Half-second penalty for them. Derek forces up the inside. Contact! And around goes Jadon into Mikey. Dusty Fossil gets slowed by it. Jadon is around and to the back of the pack. So the reigning champ is around and down to the back of the field. Some chaos then in the pack. And once again, Dusty Fossil. Oh, Mikey spun again. Same place as last time. Oh, whatever. Oh, wow. How's your rejoint? Second penalty for his troubles as well. Mikey then down to P15. Goose there, sending it hard on the brakes into Lecoum. Got himself a half-second penalty from somewhere. Starting to wear a little bit now. Jonesy in third. We've got Nobby in fourth, Glyn in fifth. Joker's probably Biggles will be the one to watch. Sprint 7, I've got quite a little bit of a gap now over 8th place, which is now Johnny Boy still. They're all that chaos behind him. So really just kind of lit the pack again that was behind him. From here, we're losing time to the gap from Dusty Fossil, so the lead is now 16 seconds. Some penalties to sort out as well. Goose there, riding the curves hard in the Viper, trying to gain as much time as he can do on that Peugeot. He's about to serve his half-second penalty as his teammate had served his last time around. That might be enough even to promote Jonesy at the second. No such troubles with currently the fastest lap of the race. 21.3. Goose there serving his penalty. Now Jonesy's going to come up here. Is he going to go through? The answer is yes, he is. Goose holds the inside, lifts off, and let Jonesy go. Jonesy then instantly runs wide. And he avoided a penalty though. He has. So Royston's lead now 3.4 seconds. Personal best. 22.1 from the race leader, 21.8 from Jonesy. So Jonesy has caught by about 3/10 then, but he was in P3 before, so Royston's lead has increased. Now we're going to in 4th. We're going in 5th. What's happened to Biggles? So Biggles in the pits. So Biggles pits as the switchback then. So we've got our first set of pit stops. Now, at the end of lap 4, I suggest they're going to try and do 2 10-lap stints on the mediums to the end. Fuel going in. Tyres going on. No stop it indeed. Because he's on his way onto the medium tyres, so yeah, I think he's just done what he needed to do on the hard tyre to get himself into a window so he can get 10 laps on the fuel. He seems to think he'll be quicker over the rest of the race on those medium tyres. Come on Jadon, drive and win. Well, unfortunately you missed him getting T-boned and spinned around, so he's got a bit of work to do in P12, but a long way to go in this one. His teammate though is leading the race. His namesake Odon is in the middle of the pack. Johnny Boy still leading this train, to be fair. Well done Johnny Boy, still in the mix here in P7. Head of Derek, head of Odon. Zob, Dusty Fossil now seems to have got himself a bit of a move on. He's now trying to find a way past the most difficult man in all of GT2 to overtake. It is Zomlot. He's now doing a personal best second sector. Has a GTR all over the back of him then on this winding section up towards Blanchimont. Or what do we do here? Just going to go the long way around. Zom will happily show him out there. I'll try to send it around the outside. Can he hang on? No, Zom has held the position now. But Dusty Foster switches to the inside, does he? Zom down the middle. Holding them both up here. Zom will not care. We'll hang on to that P10 a little bit. He deems necessary, and has held on for now. Royston the medium side then, so Royston's lead 2.9 seconds. Jonesy done a personal best. Take half a second out of him though, so Jonesy is starting to close that gap. And it's purple in sector 1 up in the background there. Joker has passed Nobby Norris. So Joker up to 4th. The lead GTR for the great nation of Japan. Then leading the charge for Team Italia. So Odon then currently the lead car for Team Germany. Biggles has pitted. So at the moment, Germans, having had probably the best overall points haul from race 1, are the team worst placed in race 2. For the back then, it looks like Dusty Fossil has cleared Zomlot, so he's found a way past the immovable object. Well done, Dusty Fossil. Joker now has the fastest lap of the race as well, so he's now got a charge on. 2.1 behind Goose. In turns 1.9 behind his teammate. So Royston is holding steady. In this section here, the Viper will be just edging back a little bit, perhaps. No, in fact, the Viper is actually pulling away at the moment. Now the Viper's got the speed, it's coming back in, but to a corner. Onto that 7 we go. I think Royce is doing strategy wise here. That's looking okay. Fuel over a quarter of a tank left, so he's got 6 laps. He's going 6 laps in 3/4 of a tank. Lap 8, 16, 24. He's just going to do 8, 8 and 8. Jonesy's better on fuel. In fact, that Viper doing a good job on fuel there. And that gap is down to 1.6 then. So Jonesy has really got to march on there. Another 6/10. I think maybe Royston's had a poor run again. Purple by half a second. Jonesy is flying. This Biggles takes the fastest lap meanwhile, 20.8. So he's now up to speed and he's got a march on. Further back in the pack, of course he was one of the first to pit. Jonesy is now charging after Royston's Peugeot. 1.4 seconds the lead then. In the background, Joke has caught Goose as well. On board with the GTR man as he looks to find a way past the Viper. Steering that Viper is big, but cuts back over. Uses its good low end torque to just pull a bit of a gap. I think you can see through the corners he is struggling. I'll give him a signal in the rear. I'd like to come through, please. Oh, dear me, off the curb there, the GTR does not like that. Very nearly killing see there, what a big lift there from Goose through Francorchamps. That's going to let Joker through. Viper there would not turn in. He's fighting back there on the outside. Joker sends it in hard, gets it stopped, gets it turned, and he's up into P3. Goose is sideways then out of the corner. There, behind that pillar, is the Viper that was previously ahead. So Joker up to third. Charging on, Nobby Norris now closing in as well. Glyn, Jadon and Derek circulating together. These pit stops are happening and Johnny Boy in. Zom is in. Justy Fossill's pitted as well then. He's now onto the medium tyre. You can see that critically, Justy Fossil is 13 seconds behind Switchback, but Switchback has a lot less fuel. Is a further 8 seconds at the road, I think it was. For Zach to come across the line. Just look on there to Zach. Zach has just lost a hatful of time at the final corner. I think he's had another drama there. That gap was. And he's just done 29.7, having just done 20.5, he's then done 29.7, so he's lost like 9 seconds there somewhere. So Switchback's had a drama at the final corner again, as that's that ruined his chances of a double. Odon's on, Johnny Boy all pitted. So Royston still leads, 1.2 seconds now the gap then. Josie continues to close. Despite his front tyre wear being worse, the rear tyre wear is better though. There, using its rears a little bit more, being mid-engined. Jonesy is muscling that car around, and it is working for him. 4/10 last time around. Royston's probably got maybe one more lap in the tank. If he say once he's just dropped onto the red line there, so that'd be 1.3. So he can do one more lap if he wants. But he does not want to do. He's going to pit. Jones is going to carry on though. So Jones is trying to maximise his time on the medium tyres then. So Jonesy takes the lead for the first time this season. In, Joker's going to go through. Oh, thank you very much. And we are back live streaming now. Yeah, it's back to 2 divisions. We've got commentary tonight. We've also got GT1 tomorrow with the man who's currently in P11. He'll be on comms tomorrow, so it won't be as good, and it'll be a lot more high-pitched and squeaky, so maybe watch it with the sound down. That's all I'll say. Mikey then is going to be in this time around, and I think Mikey's had a drama, because his lap time is decisively slower. So Mikey's had a drama on his in-lap. In the pits then are Royston, Goose, Glyn, Jadon and Mikey. Now leading the train by 5 seconds over Joker. This car started on the medium tyres. That's the preferred tyre. Nobby Norris going well in third as well, keeping himself out of trouble. Really consistent lap times, 2:22s, 2:23s mostly. And again, it can be a difficult car to get a tune out of, but definitely a lot nicer to drive than it used to be. Updates have made it a lot more user-friendly, finally. If I can pay testament to previous seasons and a little bit of time ago where it was not that easy to drive. That said, he is pushing the limits of the track there, right up on the curb on the exit of Pouon. Into the piff path we go. It's 3 seconds off the back of Joker. 4.9 off the back of the race leader. It does look like Jonesy will be in this time around then. He's now on the red line flashing. He's almost all out of freedom. Well, if you want somewhere to get good at GT, this could be the place to do it, my friend. You are more than welcome to go and dip your toe if you so wish. There are a lot of people here who have gone from being, like yourself, maybe not that confident and lacking a bit of speed, but with regular racing, a little bit of assistance from the community. They are now definitely significantly better drivers. So in comes Joseph, 6 litres of fuel. It's 9 litres then for Joker. Nobby Norris is going round again, so Nobby getting 10 laps out of his tank. That's going to help him later on. He's going to do the opposite of what Biggles and Switchback are doing. He did 4 at the start on the hards, he's going to do 4 at the end. Here goes Derek then, on to lap 10 as well, so another one there. So both the Italian cars gone through. Austin out on the hard tyre now, so he's now doing his hard tyre stint. He's ahead of Switchback, but behind Biggles. Has mostly filled the tank then, so he's not quite filled the tank completely. Jonesy's on his way. Jonesy's out already, and he's only, what's that, 2/3 of a tank. So Jonesy then going for a short stint on the hards. So we've got 9 laps out, so we was either do 9, 9 and 6 by the look of it from him. So going for the better tyres at the end. Dark cloud in the background, yeah, maybe. Let's have a look. That way looks to be quite dark, doesn't it? Well spotted for you. I wasn't even paying attention to the weather. Dark clouds up that way, that side looks okay. So, out towards the source. But yeah, coming over Les Combes and Piff Paff and that side of the circuit, there are some dark clouds starting to form. Now it can rain here. So is the weather going to play its part in this race? We shall see. So Nomino's leads for Team Italy. Derek in second, so it's a 1-2 at the minute for Team Italy. Biggles in third, and is probably the net race leader. He's had his hard tyre stint done, so he's done his tyre allocation. Jonesy in fourth, and Royston in fifth. He's got Switchback all over him. Peugeot versus Lamborghini. Fossil 2.5 seconds back as well. Now it's the differing strategies. Royston's on his hard tyre stint. Switchback's back on, and now on the mediums. He's done his hard tyre allocation. In comes Nobby Norris then from the lead. 4 litres left in the tank. That's a good stint there from Nobby. Derek should eventually follow him. He does. Just 1 litre left there. So Nobby there with a great fuel save. 3 litres up on his teammate. That we'll see. Biggles, who is just rounding the final corner now. Switchback going to go for a move there. Royston's going to cover the inside, then Switchback can't find a way through. Royston defends. And all that is letting Dusty Fossil get closer as well. Fuel going in then for the Italian pair. They're in the pits. This trio goes through. Biggles now leads from Jonesy, Royston in third. He's filling the tank, so he's going to do his second stint on the mediums. It's getting darker, yes it is, Fever. Mostly darker now, the sun's gone in. Look at that cloud. Look at that cloud. Here comes Switchback then with the run out of Radion. He's got to the outside. He doesn't even need the slipstream. He's going to take the place away. Switchback up to third. Well, that is dark, isn't it? That is very dark. Clouds starting to assemble over the circuit. One man who was crying out for some rain is the man in P7. On there, Odon. Out behind Joker, who's in P6. Got Nobby, Goose, and very sideways Jadon coming out of Les Combes. Jadon's already had 1 spin there. He very nearly had another. He gathered that one up. Tom is P11, Glyn is P12, Derek in P13 after his stop. Boys in 14th, and Mikey has had some dramas. 254s in a row. 240 on that 4 as well. That's when he had the spin coming out of La Source. German at the back, but one German at the front. Biggles very happily on his way and leading this one. The mist is now over the circuit as well. The air is cooling. Is there a threat of rain on the radar? Cloud's not too bad here now, but it's forming over this part of the circuit as well. This was light blue sky a minute ago. It's now cloudy. Out of the windows, the light is kind of light cloud this end of the circuit still, but back there, look, it's dark cloud. Justy Fossil, meanwhile, now has the fastest lap of the race. He's just taken 4th place away from Royston as he chases switchback, as he was doing in race 1, so Justy Fossil's got a charge on. 20.4, 20.4, 20.5, 3 laps in a row. Yes, anybody who's in the chat with the guys in the point, look at how dark it's getting now. Is rain inevitable? 6th, Odon in 7th. Barely anything between them. 300th of a second between those two last time around. Nobby's got Jadon chasing him. Tom in 10th, Glyn in 11th, and Derek from the radar at the moment then, so it's just cloud cover. We're planting the seeds of doubt in the mind. Yeah, same with the Lamborghini. Again, they're actually like, you know, you can actually drive it now rather than just try and hang on. We went long. And that first stint then. With the Huracan, she's chasing the Viper, which again you can see struggling to get tipped into poo on there, well away from the apex. Understeering that Viper. Just a bit, I imagine. Absolute scenes. Again, you wanted to get on the power, the Viper's got to wait. And now the Viper starts to stretch his legs. With a slipstream there, Glyn is pulling away. Top gear then, pulling it into Blanchimont. He now starts to pull back a little bit, and on the brakes we go. Down the first, through the left and the right. Out up on the corner, on the power we go. Across the line. Well, Biggles continues to lead. His lead is now 8.5 seconds. Of course, he's on the medium tyres, although they are a bit worn. Jonesy doing his hard tyre stint, becomes up a half-second penalty. Switch back in 3rd. Closing in ever so slightly then, Justy Fossil just quite got the legs, because he's taken the best of those medium tyres now. He's done 2 minute 20.4s in a row. Now into the 121s. Royston, our early race leader, on his hard tyre stint at the moment. Still sat in a very solid P5. Odon and Joker. I think Odon has caught past Joker there. As has just been pointed out, if you haven't already liked the stream, please do so. Thank you very much. Joker out, looking to find a ride past Odon. Driving well. And Jadon not far behind them. is there as well. Going well. Joker now right under the rear wing of Odon. We head up towards Blanchimont. Has he got anything for him on the brakes? Fakes to the inside, but I think he's dropped a little bit too far back there. So we'll have to wait for another opportunity, then tries to set up a move, gets very sideways on the power. Out of the final corner. He's in again, then into La Source we go. Use the dip on the inside to pull the car around, then on the power, down the hill, past the 24-hour pit. Now facing up to Eau Rouge. So everything gets far left you can over the curb, then aim for the curb on the right hand side, then over the crest we go, hope the curb's there, there it is. Flat now all the way through Relion and up the Kemmel straight we go. We're starting to gain on the car ahead, gaining. You're not going to get there then, until you find your braking point for Lecoum. Gets up the personal best. And he's now right on the back of Odon as they come out of Lecoum. Good man. What we'd like to hear, get involved. And the gearbox then into Bruxelles. Put the throttle then over to the right hand side then for the no-name corner, or Jackie X corner as it's now known, but it's caught the Ballard down on the inside and that just hindered him slightly, and Jadon is somewhere nearby. There he is, in fact through he goes. So a mistake from from Joker has let Jadon through. Been on the attack, his defence is breached immediately. Green Barlar's there, doing him a dirty disservice. Jadon got then for Odon. Now Norris keeping them honest, and Zomla P10, look at P11. Glyn is P12, it's P13 for Goose, P40 for Johnny Boy. I think Mikey's there as well, I can hear his car in the background as well, so Mikey coming back into contention as well now. As the race leader is in. So Biggles is in for his second and final stop. He's got to the magic lap 10. As has switchback. Jonesy goes through. Still going to have a couple of laps to do on his hard tyre. Keep Bottle through then. He's on a slightly different strategy to switchback and Biggles. Biggles then looking like favourite for this one, as the weather is going to throw something different into the mixer. This will go well now in currently P3 as Odon and Jadon slogging it out, and down towards Eau Rouge. Here we go over Radion. Jadon into the slipstream of the Audi. Which side does he want to go? He's going to cover the inside, then Jadon's going to have to go the long way around. I think the Peugeot's got the legs, or has he? Yes, he does. Oh, good move there. Odon just giving him enough room. Jadon sides across then and takes P4. As Odon got them to try and fight back, then down towards Bruxelles, thinks about looking down the inside. Nothing doing there though. A little bit wide there though, and that's what Joker back into this battle as well then. These two can now resume their battle as James has arrived, dispatched them both. And on his merry way. And Odon a little bit wide there, Joker trying to get the GTR up the inside. It's a big car to try and fit into a small gap though. Earpiece over, where did our erstwhile race leaders come out then? So Biggles is now P13 and Switchback is P14. 11 seconds between them then, so Biggles doing a very good job in this race. Good practice for him for tomorrow. Of course he will be back in action in GT1. Of course we will see returning champs, the likes of Pagani, T. Smith, Aaron, Ross, all back. Jonesy's in, meanwhile from the lead, and Dusty Fossil in from second. You can see there, look at the consistency in Biggles' times there. 20.8, 20.9, 20.2, 20.1, 20.2, 21.5, 1.4, 1.7, 1.6 there. Absolute metronome. And that is what you need, just consistent lap times. And that is going to propel him right into the mix here as Mikey looking at the inside of Goose into the chicane. He's got the move done. Oh, Goose then fights back on the curb. Oh, Mikey drops it there. Oh, it's all gone wrong. Oh, no. And Mikey tries to redress across the nose of Biggles. It's the race leader. He's just held his teammate up. Massive drama there for Team Germany. Oh, that's all gone kinds of wrong. Now, Biggles only saving grace. He had a big lead over switchback. There's Jonesy, there's Dusty Fossil coming out of the pits, then they're all now on their final, that's their final stops done, barring any weather. Biggles now 40, Switchback is 46, that gap is down by about 5 or 6 seconds there, so that's cost Biggles 6 seconds, I think. Jonesy is ahead of Dusty Fossil. I agree, unsafe, I agree. Oh, this has left Royston in the lead of the race. Joker still juking it out then. Everyone has pitted. These guys are on a slightly different strategy then. James is going to be in this time around. Joker's still got fuel in the tank. However, he might be glad to get off of those hard tyres. No, Joker there. Almost losing the rear end to the final corner. That GTR is a booking Bronco at low speed. The rear end is very severe rear traction issues at low speed. Joker there demonstrating perfectly. You have to coerce it. So Royston in with 7 litres, Jayden in with 2, Zom in with 7. Nobby and Derek then filtering forward again. We saw them do their mega stints. They're on it again. They're on the medium tyres, so they will have to use the hard tyre at the end, but they're going to be able to short fuel 4-lap sprint to the end if they can get to that magic lap 10 again. That'll be nice. His lap time's also doing very successful this stint. Look, 23.5, 21.9, 22.6, 22.5, 22.8. That's good consistency there from Nobby. Boys in the pits there. Through Odon, Goose, Mikey, Glyn, Zom, Jayden and Royston in the pits, and Royston's on his way. He needed 90 litres, interestingly there, so he saved a little bit of time in the stops. And what has happened to Switchback? What has happened to Switchback at 27.1? He's fallen behind Jonesy and Dusty Fossil. So Switchback's had a drama again. It's cost him a couple of places this time then, so Zach has got some work to do. We're going into Biggles. I think that's Lamborghini things more than anything, but maybe also true. Has now got 3.2 seconds to try and gain on Dusty Fossil. In turn is chasing Jonesy, who's in reckoning here for a good result. At the minute, he's second on the road. He's net second. He's done his final stop. So we've got Derek, Nobby and Joker still to pit. Joker leading by 4 seconds over Nobby Norris, who in turn is 10 seconds up on Derek. And he's also having a bit of a drama at the final corner. Wrestling that Lamborghini. Biggles, the net race leader. He's made his final stop. And unless the weather comes down, is that what Joker, Nobby and Derek are hoping for then? The mist continues to linger over the circuit. Scuff marks on the front of the car. 1.4 down. That contact. Losing massive amounts of time. So maybe lucky boy to get away with that one. He's driving very well in the second race. Very impressed with his handling of that big American brute of a Viper. Doesn't seem to have an answer for Biggles. Biggles is a GT1 driver, so you probably wouldn't expect him to do so. This seems to be getting heavier. Cloud lingers, just purple in sector 1 then, so that Viper is chundering along nicely. Fossil not able to gain on him. Switchback also making the progress he would like. Another second to Dusty Fossil on that last lap. Royston also in P8 in a minute. 3 cars ahead of him still to stop, so probably net P5, although where Joker will filter out will be around about the same sort of position, so he's in 9th. Not had his best race this week. Solid points in the first race. He's not really had the front running pace in this one. That spin didn't help. There's Odon behind him as well, so Odon going well. There's Zom in the background as well, so the French cars in 3 or 4 places. 8th, 9th and 11th. That's Joker pits from the lead. With that, Nobby Norris takes over at the front again. Got a quarter of a tank left as well there, so Nobby, eventually, he's got 11 laps out of this thing. We'll see. Going very well. More fuel than his teammate. Here's the former race leader. Biggles coming through now. He'll take P3. Has just started to edge closer to Jonesy. Both of them doing personal bests, however, Dusty Fossils was 0.8 of a second quicker. Though, did the personal best fastest, but was a 10th down on Dusty Fossil, so the higher tyre wear in this second race there, I think he's just playing a little bit of havoc with the Lamborghini. Looks like the track's just brightening up a little. There's less mist hanging over the circuit, definitely. In fact, the sun looks to be breaking through ever so slightly. There's some cloud there, but yeah, it's looking noticeably brighter there. So it will appear that the threat of rain is receding. Just put a bit of time into Odon then, and it was closing in on him. 1.6 against a 21.9, so pulled 1.3 on him that last time around. He's on in the background. Brilliant in 12th. Mikey with a half-second penalty in 13th. Goose in 14th. Johnny Boy in 15th. Not been offset. And has got one more lap in the tank. And then we have. Not going to get any more than that then. Again. Assistant from Nobby. 22.6, 22.5, 22.8, 23.1, 22.6, 22.5. So Norris again, also a picture of consistency, then has a massive slide coming out of the source. Very nearly a drama. Derek has lost a massive amount of time. 38.9 last time around. Derek's had a spin somewhere. Dropped him right into the clutches of Biggles. Nobby Norris leads 26 seconds. Nobby Norris leads a race by 26 seconds. This is domination from Nobby. Absolute domination. Stop the count. I've been praying for some rain. That would have given him, well, a healthy lead in a car which would definitely be better in the wet. The mid-engine cars are better in the wet conditions on this game. It's just the bounce from the mid-engine layout. Biggles then has passed Derek then for position. He's now P2 on track. Jonesy continues to hold off Dusty Fossil. Switchback has not been able to close in. Yeah, I mean, what gap are we looking at? Jonesy's 31. 34 is about 40 seconds, I think, for a stop, but then obviously less fuel. So yeah, we could see when Nobby comes out. There's a long pit lane here, there's a long pit stop here, so big old gap. He's done a superb job. And he's gone very quietly under the radar on this one. See him this time around. Yeah, there he goes. Derek will be in as well. Now then, does Dusty Fossil have enough to go past this Viper? To the left, up to the right. Francorchamps on we go. He's going to cover the inside, is he? He is. So we're going defensive now. Derek pits from third. This is his battle. Biggles then re-inherits the lead then. So that is now the official race lead. Battling is now bringing Switchback into the equation as well. Whereas Nobby Norris, meanwhile, is fueling up. He's on his way. Joker's going to come around into fifth, or is he? It's going to be close. There is Nobby Norris. And Nobby Norris are right on the back of Joker for fifth. So Nobby Norris has put himself right in contention here. But he is now on the hard tyre against drivers on mediums. We've got James behind on mediums and Royston on as well, a bit further back. The battle then for the remainder of the podium that we're going to watch for a bit now then. Jonesy still hanging on to P2. Great drive from Jonesy this. He has muscled that Viper into contention. Yes, the reverse grid has helped him, but he drove superbly in that first stint. Has done a solid middle stint on the hards and is now doing his best to fight off what are clearly quicker cars behind him. Using the Viper's strengths. Oh no! Oh, what has happened? It was the unsafest jinxture there, Nobby. I think he's had a drama there at No Name. I just saw him drop down a position and then a couple more. Oh no, big shame there. Nobby Norris, the top 5 was a possibility. And he's lost 2 places to the French cars. Fucking was. I saw you say it. Let's go, Nobby Norris, and he spanned that instant. As soon as you put that, he span. So that's on you. Curse of the stream watcher. So still Dusty Fossil can't find a way through. Looks left and looks right, trying to find a way past that Viper. That Viper there gets good traction and good torque at low speed, so it's good out the slow corners. Some of the GTR's weak points there is low speed traction. So rounds the first, rounds La Source. He's got a nickel place here though. Now, Biggles has not quite got away as much as I thought he might do. And Dusty Fossil have kept Biggles very honest here. I thought Biggles was well clear, but I don't know if that delays him up to here. Here we go again then, Dusty Fossil in the slipstream. Viper though using its straight line speed. Defends the inside. Dusty Fossil trying to go around the outside. How willing is Josie going to be to let him have some room? He's not going to have a choice, but he fights back. Still side by side out of Leku. Still side by side. Oh, big wiggle for the Viper. And he's held onto it for now, but Dusty Fossil sends it deep into Brussels, trying to hang on around the outside. Still on the outside, right on the curb, and Josie hangs on. Great battling there, great driving by both drivers. They survive, and Josie somehow comes out still in P2, but switchback is now there. Dusty Fossil thought he had that done. Josie fought back. He's wide again there though. Dusty Fossil looking into that gap there. It wasn't quite big enough to get that GTR down the inside. Stabilo. And onto the back straight we go. This has just helped Biggles just ease away again ever slightly. Where is it's not too bad on that Viper, to be fair. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than that. I've just gone defensive. Look at anything like the rear tyres on that Lamborghini aren't looking great either, so switchback's got to be careful on traction. Yes, it's a little bit worse on the Viper than the GTR. But the Lamborghinis is probably the same as the GTRs, to be fair, so not the advantage you would have expected there. He's over the curb there, that's not about it. Penultimate lap of the race. Race leader is 4.6 seconds ahead, and probably safe now because the three behind him are battling. But Josie's pulled out of slipstream range there. He's had a good La Source and run down the hill, and now Dusty Fossil is under attack. It's over, I don't think. Oh yeah, good point. Oh, Josie. Oh, Josie! As a snap, catches it. Great car control. Tell Dusty Fossil though, and Zach is on the attack again. Sends him around the long way though. It's difficult to get around the outside of Brussels. And he has to wait. Quick scan down there. Joker's trying to close in. Jadon going well in 6th, and Royston is 7th. Odon is now 8th ahead of Norris. Zom in 10th. Derek in 11th. It's 12th for Glyn. 13th for Mikey. 14th for Goose. 15th for Johnny Boy. So there's no other battles of note. It's the podium to be decided though. Top step looks to be secured, barring any big dramas. Mikey decides to try to take out his teammate again. He needs to be far enough away. It's whether or not then Jones' resistance will be broken. Can switchback find a way through as well. He's on the AstroTurf there. He is doing absolutely everything he can. Oh, that's wide again. He's out on the AstroTurf. That's gonna hurt him. That's gonna hurt him really badly there. He's very wide out of Paul Frere. GTR closing in. Oh, he's hit the curb at the inside of Blanchimont. Just about gets it slowed down. Not getting a penalty. He's had to lift off though, and that's given Dusty Fossil the opportunity again, but he doesn't want to go for the move on the outside because he knows that switchback will be down the inside if he does. Oh, Viper again snaking around as he tries to get the power down. And once again, the switchback is now worrying Dusty Fossil. And in the background, Joker and Jade are closing. Oh, Dusty Fossil sent it! Contact, more contact. Dusty Fossil and Jonesy contact. Switchback, contact with the back of Dusty Fossil. It was a big lunge from Dusty Fossil, a big lunge. It wasn't really on. And has that cost him his chance? Because now Switchback is all over him. Dusty Fossil wants the slipstream, but he can't go for it because it will open the door for Switchback, who swings to the inside. Dusty Fossil covers. As you were, Jonesy trying to get away while he can. These two are now at it, hammer and tongs. Switchback switches to the inside. They're looking for the inside for Brussels. Dusty Fossil covers the line. This is all helping Jonesy get away. Why is it spicy? Into no we go for the final time. Oh, Switchback's there. The Lamborghini now getting lively as well. It's not close enough for a move into the pool. He's just got to swing around in the mirror, try and distract the GTR driver. Has given Jonesy about a second's breathing room now. Is that enough of him to survive? Front tyre wear looking very, very second hand. To learn from the best. So, out of Stavelot into Paul Frere for the final time. Biggles is away and running. He's got this one in the bag now. Jonesy, I think, is safe. It's now a question of, can Switchback get the move done on Dusty Fossil? The squeeze! Oh, there's not enough room. Out of the final corner, Biggles is going to win. But we need to see what's going to happen in the battle for P3. I don't think Zach's close enough. He's sent up the brakes. He sent himself. Biggles wins. Jonesy has hung on for what is a superb P2. Dusty Fossil gets P3. Zach gets P4. Joker nearly got there in the end for P5. Jadon gets P6. Royston's going to come home in a very solid P7. It's P8 for Odon. It's a good drive there from him as well. Som's going to get 9th. He's picked off Nobby right at the death as well. Nobby's just not got on with those hard tyres as he did earlier. Superb drive early on, but a spin late on, and it looks like he's had a spin on the last lap as well. Drops into P10. Good drive there from Nobby. Before that, then P11 for Derek. Then he's going to come home in P12. Is he out of fuel? Jonesy apparently was on 0.0 laps of fuel. The death there. It's P12 for Glyn. It's P13 for Mikey. There's another one then. Very close to the bubble in terms of fuel. Just going to drift us around the final corner. Some star points. There's no star points this season, Glue, so that doesn't work, I'm afraid. And Johnny Boy. Come around then. Through the final chicane. And he is the final finisher then. Across the line. Well, it is victory for Biggles and Team Germany. But the action was very much behind in that battle for the podium then. So Biggles is victorious by 6.4 seconds in the end then. But the battle going on for the podium places was incredible. Then Jonesy hanging on by the skin of his teeth in that epic three-way battle with Dusty Fossil and Switchback at the death there. They end up in 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Joker coming home in P5th. Solid points there for him in race 2. Jadon then leading the Team France charge in P6. We very nearly had each nation in the top 5, but Jadon just missing out there. But he did have the fastest lap in that second race there with a 19.9. Royston then backing him up in P7, then P8 for Odon in the second Team Germany car. Zom gets P9 for the Team France. So that's solid points for their 3 drivers. Then in 10th, there's Nobby Norris there, who had a great first half, probably first 20 laps of the race there, but the hard tyres at the end there have just denied him there, possibly top 5 finish. Big shame there, but great drive to that point. Then Derek comes home P11 for Team Italy. Glyn in P12. Mikey in 13th. Goose in 14th. And Johnny Boy in P15, rounding out the finishers. Well, that is night 1 of season 29 done. We are back tomorrow with GT1, so please do join Switchback, who will be guiding you through the GT1 action live as it happens. Once again, we're here at Spa, so we let the GT1 drivers loose for the first time. Then all the returning faces for a brand new season of FTRL action. Then please like the stream if you have not done so already before you go, and thank you very much to everybody who has tuned in as always. We very much appreciate you watching the streams. So yeah, that's it from us this evening. We're back. We are so very back, and yeah, 10 more weeks to go. But yeah, from this evening, thank you very much. Goodbye.